YouTube, I'm back, and I'm just here to clear up the big debate about owner-ops bickering and debating about whether rate per mile is better or percentage is better. And how many times I can't tell you I've heard the best situation is to just lease onto a carrier, go rate per mile, go percentage, make sure you can book your own loads. If you can't do all of that, then you're just a company slave. Well, I'm going to tell you how actually that is the worst thing that you could tell somebody. And here's just a quick breakdown. It's going to take me like 4 minutes to do. Alright, so you have your driver here. He has his own authority. He gets on the load board. He books a load with this broker that got it from this shipper, and he's on his way. So basically his money was just cut one time. Whereas if it's $5K here, the broker takes his half, so it's $4K when it hits the broker. This guy get $4,500. Now here are my Greatwide, Landstars, and Mercer, and anybody else, but I'm just using the mega carriers right now. People that are leased onto these people, and I'm going to use Greatwide as an example because that's who I was with. So I'm just going to draw my arrow up here, Greatwide truckload management there, and then I'm still going to put my broker here. So the way this works is the broker finds the freight. The broker gets the shipper. So it's still going to be the same there. It's not in all cases, and we'll get to that. So anyway, when I get on the load board, because I'm sitting in Florida and my truck needs some freight or whatever, just for example, and I get on the load board, I get a load from this broker right here. He asks me, well, what's your MC number? Let's see if we can do business together. I give them Greatwide's MC number. He says it's okay, so that's fine. So once I am okay with the MC number, he says, well, what's your email address? I can send over the carrier packet, but since we're already set up, I'm going to send over the rate con and you'll be good to go. So what's your email to send a rate con to? I'm going to give him my agent's email address because my agent has to be the one to book the load and everything like that. Okay? So right here is double brokering. What double brokering is if one broker has a shipper and one broker has the carrier. And being that I know it says agent here, the agent still works under Greatwide's brokerage. And to clarify all of that is I know when you get on the load board, you see US Express and CRST and all these trucking companies, they have freight that's on the load board. And you're like, why do they have freight? They have trucks. But the name of the game basically is when you get a shipper, you get many shippers, and you have too much freight to cover all of your trucks, or all of your trucks are already covered and you can't, use your assets to cover those loads, then you're going to put them on the load board and broker them out to other carriers, which is why you see them on the load board. So that's when the brokerage comes into effect too, when you have a trucking company. So that's why you see US Express and all them posting their loads up there. It's just a surplus of freight that they need moved. So that is why Greatwide and other trucking companies have agents as well. So it's still a brokerage, and this is still double brokering, which is unnecessary because you don't need all these people to move one load. It's just too many people just digging into your money at that point. You're the one with the truck, so you should be able to make the decisions because other than you, it won't get moved, right? So anyway, this is what happens. It's at the shipper right now at $5K. The broker gets their cut. It's at $4,500. The agent gets their cut. It's at $4,000. And then the Greatwide gets their cut. It's at $3,500 at that point. I know it's a lot, and you might not have that much being taken out, but you get the whole shebang here. So whereas this guy only got one taken out, only one person was digging in his money. You got the broker, you got the agent, you're double brokering right there. That's too much money coming out anyway. Then you got to pay Greatwide. They're monopolizing, and your ass just down here like, well, I get to book my own loads. Anyway, so here's me. My company name is SPL, short for Semi-Perfect Logistics. So I'm just going to write my company name here twice, and next to this one I'm going to write trucking, and next to this one I'm going to write brokerage. So what ends up happening is, everyone already know, if you've been following me, I'm an agent. So, and I moved my first 2 loads. So exciting. So anyway, at the brokerage that I intend to have one day, not today, but one day, I find my own freight from a shipper because I've been doing that now. I know how to find and call customers and get them to give me their freight, right? So I already have the assets because I have the trucking company. So when I get the shipper, the freight from the shipper, then my trucking company picks up that freight that my brokerage just got. And then after they drop that freight off, I get paid. So I don't have a middleman. It's just me being my own middleman, basically. This is how you make your real money. So the whole reason that you want a brokerage, because I know people will say, well, I'm a carrier. I can find my own shippers with just a truck and a trailer. Yeah, that is true. But at the same time, that shipper's not going to give you more than you can handle because they know you only got one truck and trailer. But if you have a brokerage, they don't know. They don't know how many assets you got. And on top of that, they know that you can outsource and get other carriers to move your freight for you. The whole name of the game is when you have a brokerage, I can't say just a carrier, trucking authority, but if you have a brokerage, you want to get as much freight as possible because that's more money in your pocket. So if your trucks can't move their freight, outsource. Find other carriers to move that freight for you. And that's where Landstar and Greatwide and all that comes into play too, because we always find Landstar, always have Landstar people calling us for freight, but we can't use them. But constantly have them calling, but see, they have to go through all of these networks, all of these channels. But when you're over here, you can give Landstar a load. You can give Greatwide drivers a load. You can give whoever a load because you have that brokerage. So it helps to have a brokerage and not just a trucking authority. But also it helps to have both when you want all the money for yourself. So as in right here, it's cut one time. Right here, it's cut 3 times before it gets to you. But right here, it's cut none. So if it's 5K here, it's 5K here. So that's why these guys are losing. I'm one of those guys right here who listened to other owner operators and was like, you're your own boss, but you can book your own freight. That's actually very small-minded to think, and it's a good place to start, but it's not a good place to finish. So this guy's pretty much winning, but this guy's monopolizing. He's taking over the industry. He's actually being the best he can in the industry with his business because the brokerage and the trucks, the assets, you know? So that's where it works out. So anyway, I pay a consultant to give me all this information and to help me because I've been doing this for a while and I've done it twice and I've been this guy twice and I don't want to be that guy anymore. So the person that consults me is named Shaggy on Facebook, Shaggy Consulting and Training. And the biggest thing with authority is people are so afraid of getting like out there, getting the shipper, and then they have to wait 30 to 45 days to get paid. However, Shaggy has plenty of people that he sponsors, and he's able to allow you to get paid the same day as soon as you drop your load. One of the people that he sponsors have that availability and can pay you same day. He has safety and compliance sponsors. So if you get your own authority and you need a safety compliance, somebody for IFTA or somebody to advise you on safety or advise your drivers on safety and compliance, he has that. He has lawyers he sponsors. Plenty of other things. You need help getting your plates, he has that. I mean, anything that you name, because I was telling him, like, I'm scared to get my authority and this is why, and he was like, I got somebody for that, I have somebody for this, you know what I mean? So that's somebody that can help you with anything that you need. Oh my gosh, he's freaking amazing. So again, my Landstar, Mercer, Greatwide carriers and other people that are at the bottom right here, we need to get from out the bottom, and I just want to clear out that debate. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.